It's a romance of dreams. From the mid-2000s until now, and to their almost 20 years of marriage, Willem Dafoe and Giada Colagrande remain relatively quiet about their romance. The actor, for the most part, focuses on his work in interviews. His wife is the same. They hardly speak of it, but their love story is actually super romantic. They met and fell in love in Rome, had an unplanned wedding, and have since been spending their days making art. Before he met his wife, Willem Dafoe had been in a long-term relationship with Elizabeth Leconte, a theater director. They dated for 27 years and had their son Jack. "She's the mother of my son, but we never married because to her, marriage represented ownership, and I respected that," the actor explained. However, after some time, Dafoe found himself more interested in the idea of marriage than his former partner. "Increasingly, I found it's not so good going around saying, 'I'm with this person, but I'm not married to them.' It's confusing to you and other people," he said. The romance with Elizabeth ended when the star was 49 years old. At the time of his split, Willem was filming The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Some of the scenes in the film were set in Rome, Italy. It was in these historically rich streets that Willem met Giada Colagrande. Giada is a film director and actress who was born in Italy. She studied in Italy, Switzerland, and Australia. In 1995, she moved to Rome, where she began making video art and documentaries on contemporary art. She's a creative, intellectual, and multi-skilled woman. Giada was nominated for Best New Director at the Silver Ribbon in 2003. The brunette had already directed a few films and starred in one by the time her love story with the Spider-Man star began. "I met my wife on the street in Rome in 2004. I knew of her because I'd seen her films, and we had some mutual friends," the actor shared. It didn't take long for Dafoe to realize that he had met the right one. 1 year after they met, the actor and the Italian beauty married on March 25, 2005. The 67-year-old told the Guardian newspaper that the day he proposed was very impulsive and romantic. The two were out having lunch and chatting casually. Then Willem had a great idea. "Do you want to get married tomorrow?" he asked Giada. She said yes. "Well, obviously, since we're telling you this story." Then the actor called up City Hall, and they told him that if they got there in the next couple of hours, the pair could register and get married the next day. So the two lovebirds ran off to the municipal building and registered themselves to be married. Their ceremony was small and intimate. No, we don't mean the kind of small and intimate as some of the other celebrity couples. We married the next day with just 2 witnesses, our best friends, my manager and her editor, the actor said. What a marriage story. Some tabloids refer to Willem and Giada as an odd pair. It's also common for the media to highlight the age gap between the lovers. Giada was 30 years old when she and the Togo star wed. This makes her 20 years Willem's junior. However, their age gap is no issue for this pair. While Dafoe and Colagrande remain quiet about their romance, they have worked together a few times, and some interviews about their films gave a peek into their relationship dynamic. The director once made a lovely comment about working with her husband. "He doesn't act like a star, if anything, an artist," Giada said. Her statement gave us some perspective on their marriage. They're 2 artists in love. How romantic. The actor is super supportive of his wife's career, as evident by how many times they've worked together.
So I try to help her. I try to be an actor for her. I try to be a doer in her landscape.
He appeared in her 2010 film, A Woman, where he plays a novelist devastated by his wife's death, yet caught up in a new romance. While the reviews for the film aren't that great, the Hollywood star openly admired how Giada tells stories. It is quite pure personal cinema, and it is quite pure cinema because it is an expression of what Giada wants it to be, Dafoe said of the film. He also admired his wife for aiming to engage her audience and their emotions. The first film they ever made together was before it had a name. The story is a romantic drama about a young Italian woman who inherits an enigmatic modern house in the New York countryside from her deceased lover and falls in love with the caretaker. The film stars Dafoe and Colagrande as the leads and is also directed by the Italian. Although being supportive of each other's work means that the lovebirds are always in between locations and aren't always together. Dafoe and his wife have homes in New York and Rome, but he only spends a month or 2 at either. For most of the year, the Aquaman actor is on the road, hopping from one film set to the next. Sometimes his wife travels with him, sometimes not. For most couples, being unable to spend a lot of time together could become taxing. However, Willem and Giada have been making it work for 18 years. "She is my home," the actor once said. Dafoe also became an Italian citizen and learned to speak the language. The actor has a soft spot for Italy.
I married an Italian, and she didn't want to give up Rome, and I said, I'm okay with that.
There's a sense of beauty and impermanence and history that I love. I like the people so much. I don't want to sound like a rube. It's a broad statement, but they're empathetic, he shared. The two have a stable and secure marriage built on love and support. Also, they fell in love in Italy. This relationship is a romantic film itself. Nothing makes us feel gooey like a story of two artists in love.